is Jai Opetaia and promoter Eddie Hearn, because I believe, Eddie, you've got something you want to do here, have you?
Well, as I was calling on His Excellency to make the big fight for Jai Opetaia, I got up on the stage and he said, answer me now on the live stream.
Okay.
And I had 2 missed calls from him. So I told him that we'll be calling him back shortly whilst we're talking about George Kambsosos. I'm interested to know what he's got to say. Could be some good news for Mr. Opetaia.
Well, before, as we wait for His Excellency to answer, what did you make of what you heard from George there? He's fired up.
He's fired up. You know, I think George, there's a big part of George that feels like he's been disrespected over the years. But when people say, oh, he's lost 3 times, he lost to Haney and he lost to Lomachenko. He bought real big fights here. You know, when he won that undisputed championship, he really could have taken a couple of defences. But, you know, now all of a sudden there's this young kid from Brisbane who's saying he's going to knock him out. And he's thinking, hang on a minute, this is, you know, in a little bit of way, this has a little bit of the feelings of Opetaia against Naika. You know, kind of late replacement, a young man coming in, full of heart, full of confidence, and you've got to come and, you know, rise up to the levels. Can Jake do it? You know, the question marks over George Kambsosos is what does he have left? He's moving up to 140. Wylie's a game kid, you know. He's not going to be an easy night in there.
What do you make, Jai, of George Kambsosos as a character?
Yeah, you know, I've known George Kambsosos since we were kids in their young amateur days. So he's always been the same. You know, he's always been, you know, believed in himself and had the good work rate. You know, always had that, you know, that Kambosos about him. But yeah, it's good, man. This fight's great for Australian boxing. It shows a lot of heart. You know, Jake Wyllie coming in, so it's exciting. Good for Australia.
How you getting on, Eddie?
Well, we're waiting.
Do you know what? While we're here, I want to ask you a question because the world of media went mental this morning. Anthony Joshua against Jake Paul. Please put this to bed or light the fire. What's going on?
I mean, sorry. This is the first time I've spoken about the fight. To be honest, like, I look at it and I think Jake Paul against Anthony Joshua. I mean, look, for me, we'd do it for the banter. Do you know what I mean? Like, AJ would fight Jake Paul. He'd fight anyone, to be honest with you. And if Jake Paul wants to step up and fight Anthony Joshua, he'll need the relevant insurance. But, you know, the only thing that was disappointing was he says 2026. I mean, that's like calling someone out. That's like me saying, you know, LA Olympics for the surfing, 2028, I'll be there. Do you know what I mean? Do it in 2025 if you really want to do it. You're not going to get really much better at this stage. But I don't know, those two have spoken. I spoke to AJ this morning. He went, listen, of course, I'd fight. I mean, you know, if the question was asked to Jai, would you fight Jake Paul? And there was,
I wouldn't fight him. I'd bash him.
Yeah. But he might do it. He might just do it for, you know, just for doing it for the sake of it. But obviously, we know. Listen, Jake creates massive events, right? You know that's going to create like unbelievable viewership. And no disrespect to Jake Paul, it's a straightforward night's work. But you know, I like this calling out of Canelo and all this. AJ it's another challenge up there, but. You know, if they're game, why not?
What did he say, AJ, to you about it?
He said, why not? I said, what do you want me to say when I'm asked about it? And he said, tell everyone I'll fight anyone, anytime. It's not a problem for me. Who knows where it'll go?
How would you see that fight going, Jai?
Mate, I don't know what we're talking about him, honestly, bro. I'm chasing world titles up here. I'm waiting for a unification phone call, so fuck him.
What are you hoping is going to be said here?
Oh, man, I'm hoping he says he's got a date next week. Let's make it happen. Man, I'm just hoping he's going to lock it in, but, you know, we never know. So.
Well, we might miss the stream on this one, but the call's coming.
Hopefully it will come. I want to ask you a quick one, Jai, just about Jake Wyllie. We love this. Look, he was in camp. He was coming to Sydney to come to the fight. He said he bought tickets in the cheap seats just to be around a fight week. We love this game of boxing, don't we? We love stories like this.
Of course, man. You know, this is one of those underdog stories, you know what I mean? Kambosos has trained for a whole different fighter, so it's exciting. It's great for Australia, and it's great for Jake Wyllie, you know, getting an opportunity like that. He's fought on many Tasman fighter cards down at the music hall, so I've seen him bang. I've seen him. He's got a lot of ticker, you know what I mean? And with Kambosos, you're going to have a lot of ticker, you know what I mean? They got that high work rate, that you know, fast hands, so it's exciting.
Step too far for Jake?
We'll find out, won't we?
You never know, I guess.
He ain't been on that level yet, you know what I mean? You only rise as high as you can, you know what I mean? So maybe this will bring another level out of him. We'll see the best version of Jake Wyllie for this fight. So,
just before we do end the stream, because I think we need to give this every opportunity to maybe happen, let's just remind the DAZN viewers, the DAZN subscribers about something coming their way, a very special offer, 30% off in this part of the world. Look at that, the flash sale is now live. Sign up before March 24th. 30% off annual plans. Eddie, what a deal. That's too good to miss, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, look, DAZN, for a long time, the home of boxing. I mean, you know, we've got obviously so much coming up from around the world tonight. Back in Manchester next week, you know, you've got Ben Eubank coming up. You've got Boots against Stanionis coming up. Now you've got the return of the King, Jai Opetaia, on the Gold Coast. So, you know, so much to come. And
I'm going to try and call him too.
Go on, you call him as well.
Jai Opetaia is about to try and call Turki El Al-Sheikh. Let's see.
I want to hear what he's...
This is the beauty of live TV. I always say that. I mean, people will be watching this because they want to just see this unfold. So we're not ending the stream yet. We've been told, right, that's it. One more to Eddie and wrap up. No chance. We're not doing it.
No.
Let's see what happens here. It could be massive news.
It's Gold TV.
In terms of the build-up to the other shows, Eddie, next week, Pat Brown
Pat Brown makes his professional debut in it. Brilliant crop of young Olympians as well. Boots against Stanionis, for me, one of the standout nights of the year, April 12th. Ben Eubank, April 26th. And then the Wild Weekend, Times Square, May the 2nd, May the 3rd, of course, Canelo in Riyadh as well, non-stop. And I reckon he's gone to bed, the big boss. So we'll have to take this conversation off air and then get the fight done.
Keep your eyes peeled on Matchroom and DAZN socials for an update on this front. Great to be joined by Mr. Jai Opetaia, who's chasing all the big names, isn't he, in this cruiserweight division, Eddie Hearn as well. And let's just sign off with these wonderful shots of the Kudos Bank Arena here in Sydney, Australia. A great night of boxing coming your way tomorrow night, 7 p.m, live on DAZN from here in Sydney, local time, 8 a.m, breakfast time back in the UK. Promises to be a terrific night. From myself, Jamie Ward, from Jai Opetaia, Eddie Hearn, we'll see you live on DAZN tomorrow night.